I posted 90 videos in 90 days across TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. I got 50,000 views, 245 followers/subscribers, and I learned a bunch of things that they don't really teach you when they're talking about putting this much content out. Here's what actually matters, and it's not what you think. I want you to try this. Post 90 videos in 90 days. Do it. Focus on short form though, up to a minute or even 3 minutes max. Start with just one platform in the beginning. I did Instagram because that's where most of the people that I usually mess with are at. I didn't have an active TikTok or active YouTube at that time, at least for posting videos. In month 2, take the videos that you're already uploading to your first platform and just start it on another platform. For me, I did TikTok on month 2. Every video you post to both of them, plus you sprinkle in some of the videos from month 1 that were the better performing ones into your new platform. Month 3, I added YouTube. So whatever your third platform is, and do the same thing again. Sprinkle in the best performers of the previous 2 months. If you start doing all 3 platforms at once, it might make it harder to interpret the data and see the trends because you're going to be paying attention to a lot of stuff at the same time. So for me, it was easier to just focus on one, understand the behaviors of that, and then on month 2, I was able to compare how the different platforms react to the same content. My expectations versus what happened. I always set my expectations low and just focus on the process. I prioritize collecting data, getting a feel for the workflow and getting better at that workflow over going viral. So I don't care how good the videos do necessarily. It's just figuring out what it feels like. I don't build businesses on the lottery ticket mentality. What actually happened? I didn't go viral. Well, one video went crazy, but I'll talk about that later. I didn't see a gradual increase like you might expect if you're posting all the time. In fact, everything stayed the same across the 3 months, except what was good was I identified a baseline of views that I could expect. And then there were some videos that did better and then some videos that did worse. It's really important to identify what your baseline is, what overperforms and what underperforms those expectations compared to that baseline. I could see what people do or don't like with metrics like engagement. If you don't like or subscribe, then the post dies pretty quickly. I was able to get faster at editing and idea creation and things like that. I tested my own patience in this whole process. Most people want to see those numbers climb up gradually and they get discouraged when they don't. Even if you know that it might not, it still is a mind game. It's a mind game to figure out why something is performing more than another. A video that you might like and put a lot of effort into might not get much views, but one that you barely put any time in goes crazy. It's just how it goes. But at least you have the data to start sifting through after 90 days. You could look at those trends. Posting here and there inconsistently won't allow you to do that. This is a really important factor in this. If you just post 1 or 2 posts one week, nothing the next week, 10 posts the week after that, you're not going to really be able to tell what kind of trends you're developing. Because there is no trend. It's just all random video ideas. Your mindset shift. It doesn't matter what you think is a good post. It matters what your audience thinks is a good post. My favorite videos are boring to most people, and I get it. I like deeper layers of educational content, but I'm on entertainment platforms. If people aren't entertained, then the video tanks. On that note, we all have to decide what side of the scale we build our content off of. On one side, you have your raw, unfiltered personality, who you are, and on the other side is the education/entertainment realm. That will be there through your whole career. So this type of data is really important in understanding where you are on that line, or where that line is. If I waited for my videos to be at the quality level that I think that they should be, then none of these videos would have come out at all. I had to get over that and just post something anyways. I had bad scripting, bad lighting, bad video quality, including this one, which is really soft looking. I got a new set, but it's not set up right. All of these things are not good enough in my opinion, but none of that matters if I don't release anything. I need to actually make and release content to get better at those things. I had to put myself out into the world just to get started. I made all those videos and learned a whole bunch of stuff, but I still feel like I'm at the very beginning. It can be embarrassing and weird, but you just have to be yourself and you have to get started doing this. Also, don't fake being cool. People's BS detectors are on high alert and they'll notice when something isn't genuine. They'll know when something feels fake and they'll skip real fast. Be you and bring people into your world, even if it takes more time. Let's break down some lessons from each chapter. Month 1, Instagram. This is where my audience is. This is where I've been posting the longest and where I have the most followers and get the most engagement. So this is a good place to start for me. My audience is mostly artists that I know, so I started making content that speaks directly to them. I started to build more traction from month 1 to month 2, but month 3, it started to kind of actually decline. on the total views and engagement. Month 2, TikTok. I had to create an account and start from scratch. I'm getting some views here and there on TikTok, but not as much as Instagram. Obviously, Instagram is where I have 900 plus followers and I had 0 on TikTok, so it takes time to equal that out. But still, even then, some of the posts on TikTok would outperform some of the stuff on Instagram. I feel like if I packaged the content slightly differently to TikTok, maybe faster edits, more flashy cuts, it would have helped with the engagement. But I posted literally the same thing on both, so you get that kind of difference. My videos are usually 1 to 3 minutes long, depending on the kind of rambling that I'm doing that day. 3, YouTube. I started uploading to YouTube Shorts. Same idea, same post, going to all 3 platforms now. Plus sprinkling in some of the ones that were doing well on the other platforms. I always resonated with YouTube more. I don't really watch TV or anything like that. I'm usually obsessing about something. It could be like chef's knives. I want the best chef knife possible, or researching plugins, or obsessing about analog synths back here that I spent too much money on. Either way, I have never posted anything up until that point, so it felt kind of weird being on that side of it. I started making some longer videos with the goals to get monetized. Subscribe. And I noticed something. I actually like making longer videos than shorter videos. I always had to cut down my long-winded points because of the short form content, so this allowed me to kind of expand on this a little bit better. I feel like I'm free to create whatever I want, however I want. The views are a lot lower when you're doing long form versus short form, which is expected, but this is still where I feel like I want to grow my ultimate platform from. You might notice that TikTok might be the right platform for you. You might resonate with that better, but you won't know until you start posting a lot. You gotta put in the work. I'm still trying to figure out what kind of direction I want to go in for the long form on YouTube. The best performing video that I had over 90 days was this one right here. It was also the longest video. I brought in a ton of new subscribers, shout out to those subscribers, and I got closer to the goal of getting monetized on YouTube. But that's not really the direction I wanted to go in. It's tough to know that I could grow faster if I go in some direction that doesn't align with my original goal. But I have to stay on that path. That video was a huge lesson and confronted my true direction of where I wanted to go content-wise. Why am I doing this? The results. I made and posted over 90 videos, including videos that I made for other artists. I did some short artist performance videos that's on their channels. I built up 50,000 views through all 3 platforms, which would have been more if I would have posted to all 3 starting from day 1, but it's all good. I gained 245 new followers/subscribers, mostly coming from that one video, by the way. And I learned more than any one YouTube video can teach, including this one, if I would have watched this one. Bonus results. The videos that I liked doing the most were more educational, less entertaining, and didn't perform as well. This isn't a surprise, but the videos that get more engagement get more reach. But the videos that get more reach might not get more engagement. Prioritize getting more engagement over reach. Doing this daily helped me lower my standard to be able to post this many times. I needed to get the reps in. That's way more important than making sure the lighting is perfect or the audio is perfect or any of that kind of stuff. If I'm here 3 years from now, I will have picked up so many things along the way that I will then have the better quality setup, and then I'll be able to hold myself up to a higher standard. It's painful at first, but it's much better in the long run. It takes consistency to build a brand. Unless you're already an expert, you need to make a bunch of content to then be able to look back into the past at all the things that you've done and say, oh, that's what my brand actually is. You may think you know, but until you put out a bunch of content, you're not going to really understand. That consistency gives you the ability to start steering the brand in the direction that you want to go in. Remember, your brand isn't what you think it is, it's what your audience thinks it is. This is an amazing way to test and communicate your brand better over time. Key takeaways. Month 1 is about developing you, not trying to blow up. Month 2 is about upping the workflow and getting into the groove. Month 3 is where you refine your strategy and figure out what works better for your audience. It's easy to be impatient and want things to go faster, but look back 3 months ago. Where would you have been now if you would have been posting right alongside me? Or even better yet, a year ago or 2 years ago? Where would you be now if you would have started then? This is training, and it should be seen as such. There's a lot of things to learn in this world, and learning one thing a day, every single day, snowballs your growth faster and faster over time. Your content isn't for everybody. Hell, it's not for most people. Be okay with that and build an audience that does. Consistency is the glue that keeps the community together. Inconsistency is where it falls apart. Let's put together a growth framework. Phase 1, day 1 through 30. Learn your voice. Get started learning video apps like CapCut, which is what I use most of the time. Keep it simple though. Don't try to learn everything at once. Just get the videos in, get the videos out. You don't have to post every day, but every day you should be thinking about video ideas or pushing the needle further. I'm crazy, so I do challenges like this all the time, but if this is the first time doing a challenge like this, just make sure that you're putting attention to it every single day and constantly building something. Pick a platform you're comfortable with. Make sure to reply back to everybody. Keep that engagement high and appreciate everybody who spends time on your content. Phase 2, day 31 through 60. Pick up the pace, add more photos and videos. Keep a pace that won't allow you to burn out. But don't be afraid of burnout either. Anybody who's doing this for a long time feels burnout all the time, and they get better at handling more and more amounts of burnout. There's a pain threshold that you need to learn how to raise higher and higher over time. But keep it easy. Make sure that you are understanding your stress levels. It's more important that you keep consistent versus keeping the volume high. Phase 3, days 61 through 90. Start to look back at the data and start making changes that helps you resonate with your fans and also aligns with your brand. Be honest and objective. Look at the data, stay consistent. You might get numb to this daily process, but don't stop. Find ways to keep your ideas fun. This framework needs to fit to you and your lifestyle, but make no mistake, this is gonna be a challenge. And that's the point. Don't fear the work. Don't fear the fact that it might be overwhelming. It's okay for those things to happen. It's actually a good sign that you're doing the right thing. And lastly, do not quit. If you don't make your posting goals, that's okay as long as you're putting in consistent work. You aren't a robot and life is always changing. Learn to adapt and keep going. Perfection is irrelevant. If you start a challenge like this, let me know in the comments and I'll make sure to subscribe. I want to see this. I want to get inspired. I appreciate your time. I'll see you in the next video.